Hey, this is Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS here with another channel update. Seems like I've been having a lot of these lately. I get reactivated, go a week strong, and then I disappear for a week or two. Um, this is just the nature of my work, but I'm actually doing some things to improve that. I got the first piece. I had ordered a new tablet, and I'm ordering some equipment to make my videos better, but also to improve my work so that I am now doing all my invoices digitally. So this is a little bit of an adventures in locksmithing. One of the things that I typically do is I do it out on a paper invoice, and then I give the customer a carbon copy, and then at 10 o'clock at night or later, I input that into the computer. And then I can sometimes, if I'm too tired, I have some that were paid in full and they have no sales tax on them, and I just say, well, I don't have to enter those right away until it's time to do my taxes, and then I'm struggling and locking myself in a room for a couple of weeks doing that. So going digital should improve that. It will also give me equipment. I've expanded the memory on my phone, but I'm also going to have this new tablet that I can do that, maybe even get into the world of editing. I'm going to try to work on getting some better stuff so that I can occasionally join other Red 5 members, the Red 5 members on their live streams. So with that, where have I been? The other thing, I haven't been completely not doing anything. I recently was over on the Science Fictionary, talked about Stargate with a couple of other individuals there that Andrew had on, and it was a really fun stream to get to talk about that. Unfortunately, I was the person who froze through the whole thing, so you kind of saw me like this through the whole thing. And I was extremely expressive, shall I say. And so it's funny going back and thinking to how much, like, I'm talking Stargate here, I'm getting excited. And, well, there's a thing like, I'm talking like this, and then I see me, and I'm just a static image. And I do apologize to some of the other co-hosts there. I do notice, listening back, that I talked over a few individuals, and that was my fault, my internet. I chose to go where I figured it would be the most quiet and I'd have the least amount of background noise. And in turn, it was where I wasn't getting the best cell service, I think, and that was slowing me down. Plus, I have an older phone. It's like 5 years old. It's not super old in my opinion, but lots of people think of that as old. And so I'm looking at upgrading some of these things. I am also making some adjustments with my work. I'm coming to realize that my time is valuable. Everybody's increasing their prices. I'm paying almost $4.50 per gallon to fill this beast of a van. And I think part of why I'm just going crazy pulling my hair out is I'm giving my work away for nothing. And so I'm increasing that just for my own mental health and for the which will then trickle down into me having more time for this if I'm pricing some people. I hate to do that. I hate to be that guy that prices people out, but at the same time, I am getting, as you see in some of my adventures of locksmithing, I am getting and I'm not even doing videos about some of these because some of them, they're just frustrating for me, but I don't know if they really would make good content. But people tweaked out on drugs that want me to make keys for their cars, and like the cars don't run, and it's just constant getting those calls. And if you have the higher price tag, a lot of those people, not that they're still not a cheaper option than me, even now that I've increased my prices, but it tends to weed some of them out. But on addition with that, I also, so as I mentioned, I did a thing. I've been working for the Parsec Awards. I've done some videos that I shot for Ro and Andrew to edit together, especially Ro's going to edit some of that, do some skits, some timey-wimey skips about my delivering of the award ceremony. So I had to do all that, and that kind of took up some of my creative time. But I've been recording videos. I've got a bunch of adventures in Locksmithing recorded, and I have, so I've got some more of my podcast spotlights recorded, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to highlight some Stargate podcasts. And my goal is that I'm going to kind of campaign. I really want Brad Wright Stargate to come back. I want Amazon to be aware of that. And my channel is small. It doesn't get a lot, but any little chip I can add to that buzz for Amazon, I'm going to do. And so what I want to do is try to have at least one video a week about Stargate. And so I'm going to be spotlighting some Stargate podcasts. And then I'm also going to do one of my podcasts specifically on Stargate, why I love Stargate, the lore of Stargate, that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to do, still to this day, my most viewed video is my top 10 listen. I had a top 10 things we want to see from a new Stargate series. That is my highest viewed video, and it shows the power of Stargate. And so I want to do top 10s. And originally I was like, I'm going to do top 10 Stargate episodes. Well, there's 10 seasons. Am I really going to be able to whittle down just one episode for that? And I go, well, that's kind of hard. So why don't I do a top 10 for the first 5 seasons and a top 10 for the next 5 seasons? And I'll do a top 10 for Atlantis. And then maybe I will take those 3 top 10s and make an all-encompassing top 10. And I kind of put Stargate Universe off to the side as it's not my favorite, so I didn't really think any of those episodes might make that list. And now I went over the first season and found that I had 11 episodes that I put down that were potential top 10. So I was just going through the episodes, looking at their descriptions, remembering, watching little clips and little bits of them, and going, okay, would this make the top 10 of the first 5 seasons? And I go, yeah, that might make it there. I'm not 100%, but that's definitely a possibility. Maybe it'd be towards the lower, but it's definitely a possibility. And then I had 11 episodes, and I'm only in the first season. So, when you have seasons that offer you 20 to 22 episodes, you can do a top 10 and have it be meaningful, not just ranking, but an actual top 10 of each season. And that's what I'm going to do. And then when I get to season 5, I'm going to do a top 10 of seasons 1 through 5 based on the top 10s I had. So I'm going to narrow it down that way, and then I'm going to do season 6 through 10, and then do a top 10 of those. Then I'll do Atlantis, do a top 10 of those, and I might even do Stargate Universe. And then my eventual goal is to do a top 10 and maybe even throw the movies in there. I might do a ranking of the movies, and I'm going to consider the theatrical movie, the 2 SG-1 movies, and Origins, and Children of the Gods Remaster Movie Edition. All 5 of those, I'll rank them. And so I think that could be fun. And I think if I bring all of that together and maybe take the movies, take the show episodes, and put them all into, this is my definitive top 10 Stargate period. And so kind of this kind of ranking and process of elimination as I go down will allow me to have some Stargate videos every week. And like I said, sometimes I'll take a week off and it'll be a podcast, or I'll do a podcast spotlight like I do, but there'll be some form of Stargate. On the review section, I have actually finished and recorded my review of Sonic Colors Ultimate. I still have my other 2 games that I haven't even cracked open and really started playing. with Super Monkey Ball Mania and Metroid Dread, but I have finished that one, and that video is in the can. It'll be coming soon. On the audiobook front, I have gotten a whole bunch of free videos on my Audible, which thank you to WSTR who gave me the link for that, and watch their podcast, get the free link to sign up for Audible and get a month free trial. But in addition to getting one book of your choice free to basically purchase and own through that, which is a lot of times the books cost more than the monthly subscription. Just so you know, you can get a $30 book and you're paying $10 a month, and you get one credit free to buy that book. But you also have a selection of books that are just a la carte free with it. And one of those was the H.G. Wells collection. So I have covered now H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds and H.G. Wells' First Men on the Moon. There was also some Jules Verne that was free. So that'll be coming up, and along with some more H.G. Wells as I go through that. I decided to revisit Star Wars Heir to the Empire. Classic book that everyone, says this is the real sequel trilogy. I remember loving it, so I decided to go back. I've recorded that, and spoiler, I absolutely loved it. So, got those going in. I've got the next Foundation book that I just purchased with this month's credit, so I'm going to be listening to that, reviewing that. Of course, I'm going to have another Red 5 Thoughts podcast as I respond and talk about the different podcasts I listen to. And lastly, I want to ask a question, because I have really enjoyed being able to get on with you guys and do a premiere of my podcast and get your guys' results and have you kind of talk. Luna Girl and a few different ones have popped in there and talked with me, and I really like that. However, the weekends are not a good time for me to do that. That is dedicated time for my family. And the problem is that if I set that on the weekend, I can't be consistent about a time, because I never know when time with my family will allow me to get away to stare at my phone for an hour. Because I try not to do that. I try to put the phone down and away when on the weekend. That is for family and worship, and then usually, so I'm looking at a couple of different options. Either I could take one of my weekday slots and create a time, and so I'm working on Pacific time, so I could do something like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. I could do something like 11, 12, 1 o'clock during the day on a weekday. Or I could do like 10 p.m. on a weekend night. And this is Pacific Standard Time. So I need to know from my audience, when are times that if that was something you were interested in, watching it live and chatting with me in the live chat about my video, making fun of me, when would be a good time? Because there's going to be plenty to make fun of. I know these videos I got coming up, boy, you're going to get a lot of yawns, because I recorded last night at 1 o'clock. I started recording. Today at 4 hours of sleep, I got out in between jobs. I recorded some, and now later in the afternoon today, I'm getting a chance to record this update video. So there's going to be some yawns, some brain farts as I'm trying to think, and I'm kind of just going but I enjoy making this. This is as much therapy as if anything else, making this content. But before I go, once again, I want to mention the Parsec Fan Awards. This is going to be November 27th, and this is a big thing. This is going to be the Red 5 Network creating a award show by actual fans. Because even stuff like People's Choice Award and stuff, what people are these? This is the fans, the people listening to the podcast. These are the people on social media that we're talking to day by day, talking about things they're discussing who and what they think should win. And we're going deep and nerdy. It is not just the big blockbusters. We've got comic books being represented. We've got audio dramas, books, all this stuff from Star Wars to Doctor Who to Star Trek to Foundation to everything, you name it. It's all there. We're covering all these different genres, and we want to make this an annual thing. We've put a lot of in this. What you're going to see is categories where you, our audience, have submitted, along with the Red 5 members, have submitted suggestions for each category. Then our audience has voted on this, and now you're going to see members of the Red 5 Network and people of like the Red 5 Network extended family, like myself and Cam Ray. We're going to be doing skits. We're going to do little skits and then present awards and lots of comedy and stuff there. It's very much going to be part of our community. So definitely something to look forward to, and I can't wait to enjoy it with all of you. So mark your calendars, November 27th, check that out. And I'm sure I will be dropping a link and video on here and on my social media when that comes out, so that you'll know where to find it. But just keep that in mind. That is something you're going to want to check out. All right, with that, if you have any thoughts about my content or what I should do, leave those comments down below, and I will catch you in the next video, which is coming real soon.